There have been question marks as to whether or not 2021 Suicide Squad movie would be R-rated. I mean, it was floated out there, but there was no confirmation. People were wondering, is it going to be R-rated or are they just going to stick with PG-13? But apparently it looks like the movie is going to be R-rated, according to one of the movie stars, Joel Kinnaman, who plays Rick Flag. We saw him for the first time as Rick Flag in David Ayer's Suicide Squad in 2016. He's coming back for James Gunn's 2021 Suicide Squad in the same role. And we know this because of an interview he gave with The Hollywood Reporter, where he talked about the movie and mentioned in the interview that it was R-rated. Let's get into this quote. That movie, The Suicide Squad that he's in, the 2021 one, is going to be insane. The script is so funny. Every page of that script was funny, and every page made me laugh. James just has this command of that genre, but also over every aspect of comedy and even the marketing. He just understands the world so well, and since he wrote it, he really reinvents not just the concepts, but also the characters. For me, it was like I did my first comedy, but it's like heavily R-rated. It was a real learning experience for me too, because I'd never done a comedy in that way before. So I asked James to work with me and teach me this stuff. And yeah, we had so much fun doing it. That movie is going to be an effing monster. Honestly, even though I'm in it, I can't wait to see it as a fan. Now, this movie I think could be very successful given its R rating, but it'll be interesting to see if it succeeds where Birds of Prey that was also rated R would fail. Now, why would James Gunn's Suicide Squad is a huge hit with the R rating. Why would that have succeeded where Birds of Prey failed? I know Birds of Prey has a lot of fans and it's a cult hit, but that movie underperformed at the box office hard. This movie seems like Suicide Squad seems like it's going to be bigger in scope than Birds of Prey did. Birds of Prey seemed like, at least from the marketing and stuff, a much more smaller scale film with fewer characters in it. This movie seems much more bigger in scope, the Suicide Squad, with a lot of different characters. They're going to be fighting, a villain, like this big villain with powers, Starro. So there's probably going to be a lot of special effects. It's just going to seem like a much bigger spectacle than Birds of Prey was. I also think that the Suicide Squad is probably going to be funnier than Birds of Prey was because James Gunn has a history, a track record of delivering action blended with emotion but also comedy from his Guardians movies and other movies he's done. Whereas Kathy Yan, while she was a good director, she didn't have that kind of reputation. And Birds of Prey, in my opinion, wasn't really as funny as I think it was supposed to be. It was kind of like Deadpool light, whereas I think James Gunn could deliver a movie that is just as funny and just as irreverent as Deadpool was because of James Gunn's track record. So I do think that an R rating could work out for Suicide Squad more than Birds of Prey. We'll see. I mean, Birds of Prey would have made a lot more money if it had been PG-13 because Harley Quinn appeals to a lot of little girls. So we'll see if making Suicide Squad R-rated instead of PG-13, if that doesn't leave some money on the table. The Suicide Squad underperformed. A lot of people will be like, well, it should have been PG-13. So we'll see. Maybe it will meet the same kind of box office handicap because of the rating as Birds of Prey did. But, being R-rated didn't hurt Joker, right? Joker made $1 billion with an R rating, and it didn't even play in China. Or did it play in China? I don't think it did, except for it played in like one part of it. But it didn't play in the whole country, right? So it missed like the second biggest movie market in the world, but still made $1 billion with an R rating. So there is hope for the Suicide Squad. I think Joker kind of showed Warner Brothers that they can do an R rating and be very profitable. So if Suicide Squad gets an R rating, they probably have to thank Joker for that, because Joker probably gave Warner Brothers the guts to allow James Gunn to do an R-rated, mainstream blockbuster movie. So, this movie could be really successful, but if it succeeds where Birds of Prey fails, it'll be for the reasons I mentioned before. Like, the reasons in this video, I think, that I highlighted are the reasons why Birds of Prey underperformed. And there are other reasons too. I made a whole video about why Birds of Prey underperform, which have nothing to do with the R rating. There's other things going on. But I am excited for this Suicide Squad, and so are a lot of other people. I think this could be a big slam dunk hit for DC. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.